Hey, g'day everyone. It's Wednesday, September 29th, and this is A Voice in the Wilderness with Lad from the Woods. I'm trying out my new webcam and my new lights and my software to record, things for the live show, but also for the YouTube, which is what I'm doing with you guys right now. And I'm learned now to stick to one subject. I can now do fancy things. Ooh. Okay, look at there. See, I can put one of those things in there. And that's what I'm there to talk about. But I actually talked about this on UFO Light, but I need to talk about something separate, and it's to do with government. And I think I've already talked about this once before, but I'm obviously not getting through, or obviously not know ain't a whole lot of people coming to this channel as of yet. But in UFO Life, I just had found out from another UFO researcher fellow by the name of Richard Dolan, and a guy that he's been talking to for 15, 20 years. And his name is Mr. X. I realize. Anyways, this guy's legit. There's been some crazy shit to do with this guy. I guess I gotta step back. I can talk to you from here, right? I'm actually getting a extension so I can move the camera around. If I want to go back outside, I can film outside with a good camera and the microphone. Yeah, so anyways, one of the things that goes on in the American government, they have something called the UAPTF, which is the Identified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. And then over the years, there's been Project Blue Book, which was put away, I think, in 1969. There's been other ones. There was the one that Lou Elizondo was involved with, which I believe was called ATIP. Anyways, I come to find out that church and state seem to have blurred in the military in the United States. Now, I'm very concerned about it here in Canada as well, but I'm more up to date on the States one, simply because Richard is American from, I think, actually not far from here, Rochester. I'm in Eastern Ontario. Anyways, I've been paying, obviously I listened to his podcast last night, and when the subject came up about UFOs and stuff like that. Okay, well, the subject was about UFOs, and the Admiral Wilson documents. But that's not, like I said, that's a UFO Life thing. But what I'm concerned about is I come to find out that the military has allowed people to make decisions based on their religion. And for example, in the UFO task force and stuff like that, there are, I think, mid-level generals and other people that are allowing their religious beliefs to hide the information, kill the information, whatever, based on these UFOs and stuff like that. That's in the airspaces of just about every country in the world. But we're talking about North America, well, at least Canada and the United States. At least that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so anyway, it's these Christian fundamentalist people that and he actually knows a guy that knows people, which is pissing me off, because, and that's why I'm making this video, is because I want somebody to have heads roll here. Because first of all, these people think that UFO, aliens, whatever, are demons. Now that tells me a couple things. So you've actually read the materials or see factual materials that there are aliens, and you Christian fundamentalist, demon believer, invisible man in the sky people think they're demons, so therefore you get to tell me and other people that, well, I don't get to see that information or know that these aliens are true because you think they're demons. This is my problem. And I have a real problem with this, and I think everybody else should. Because what else? Oh, well, this guy don't like carrots, so he's going to tell the FDA, well, you can't sell carrots because, it's against my religion. I mean, that's what this comes to. Okay? So I don't know who the fuck they think they are in the government, okay? These mid-level generals and all this. Listen, all your little badges don't mean shit unless you do right by the country. And just because you served doesn't mean that you did right by the country, okay? Lots of bad guys wearing that uniform, and some of them seem to be obviously mixed up with the UFO thing and are fundamentalist Christians. But this is real problems. I mean, these Christians do that. Well, what happens if a bunch of Muslims get to be running the government? So they'll put their shit in there, about the demons or this or UFOs or we should kill them all or whatever. The Jewish people, the Buddhists, the fucking, I don't know, Christian, Scientology, Mormons, they'd be in there. Mormons, if they were in there, they'd probably be going, here, man, see, we got our little imaginary planet somewhere. We'll see, it's all true. But no, let's get away from that shit, okay? If anybody's listened to my podcast before, you already know that I'm not a religious person at all, not zero, okay? I'm not saying I'm not spiritual, but I don't pretend to know things I don't. And the day I kicked the bucket from this, anyway, we're getting off on the subject here. So I got a cat that's bugging me right now, Goldie's. So I'll only do that when I'm doing something like this. Yeah, light a joint. She doesn't like the joint. It's the smoke, eh? Bye-bye. Okay, so anyways, these people have no right to decide for you or anyone else. And even if you're a Christian and you believe in demons and all that, okay, these people don't have that right to tell you what is and what isn't. So I mean, these people are making decisions for our lives based on no laws, not based on anything that the government has put out, all this other stuff. Same here in Canada, okay? But these people are actually making legal decisions saying, sorry, but lad from the woods, got to protect him from demons. And I'm not, he's not only patriotic Americans will do that. Well, first of all, fuck you and your patriotism, okay? And number two, who the fuck are you to say, patriotic Americans don't want demon alien? Like, you don't speak for nobody. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? And so, like I say, people in government, I don't know who's in charge of this sort of shit, but I feel like I'm going to start calling places and say, like, how do you fucking get a hold of this fucking nonsense that's going on here? And this guy here, he'll talk to you off the record and away from the news, but he'll tell you which people are doing it. This Mr. X guy, Dolan probably knows. So, I mean, they can sit and do their podcast, but that's not doing fuck all. These people need to be out and gone. End of story. Okay? No religious person. It's the separation of church and state. How many fucking times have we got to fucking smack them in the head with this? It gets to the point where you just want to drag them out by the throat, throw them in the fucking creek and leave them there. Because you just over and over and over and over and over again. And you say, well, you can't do that. Well, these people are doing shit that are far worse than me fucking knocking them over the head and throwing them in a creek. Okay, like people die because of these bad decisions like Fauci and stuff like that. So don't tell me, okay, when I find out that people are doing this, well, you're breaking the law, you're doing wrong, which means to me you're just as liable to fucking get your head kicked in too. I prefer that you get fired and never have anything to do with our lives again. I would prefer that the police roll in there or the FBI or RCMP here in Canada and investigate the shit out of this and arrest these people for breaking the Constitution and the Charter of Rights here in Canada. And I mean, everybody's sitting aside and let this happen. The UFO community, UFO Twitter, what the fuck are you doing? I realize some of you are religious, but you need to fucking pile that shit away. Okay? Whatever's going on with these, if there's creatures or aliens visiting here, it's got fuck all to do with your religion. No matter what you say, what you think, it's got fuck all for your made up religions. Okay? I wish Christopher Hitchens was alive so that he could speak on this. Okay? Believe what you want. I hope we're all wrong and you're right. But in the meantime, you don't get to decide. And UFO researchers and all this, you need to take your religion, pack it away, keep it to yourself. Nobody needs to know about it, but do your job. But do your job based on your facts and what you know and where you're going with it. Okay, because I'm seeing real stupid shit and arguments because, well, whether they're spiritual or not, blah, blah, blah. Listen, you haven't even proved that we can get them in front of our faces, let alone if they're spiritual. How about we get that done first, and then we'll talk spiritual with them or not, even if they want to talk to a bunch of fucking monkeys like our human race. Okay? Anyways, that's enough for this one. Thanks for coming. And stand up, people. Don't let these religious, and I'm talking about it all to do with anything being decided for our lives in the government. COVID, war, army, whatever. These people can have their religion, but they need to keep it themselves, and their decisions cannot be, as soon as somebody says demon, they should be taken away from that desk immediately and sent to human resources. If I walked into a concrete plant and started accusing everybody of being demons in there, all the rest of it, how fast do you think human resources would have been there? Okay? But these guys get away with it, and we know for a fact that they're interfering with it, with government investigations into fucking aircraft flying in our airspace in theater of operations places. And the people that believe in demons are saying, you're not allowed to have the information on that because we're believing that they're demons. And, so anyway, I'll end this again because I'm really pissed off by this. So anyway, and I'm not going to let up on this. If I had to do a video every fucking day on UFO life, I'll do that. But I wanted to get this out on the Voice in the Wilderness simply because that's, it's a different audience than the UFO life people that I got. My audience, like all three of them. But anyways, thanks for coming. Okay, I hope everybody's good out there. We're on Wednesday. That's hump day, So weekend's coming. I'm hoping to get out fishing. The weather's just been bad here. So anyway, thanks for coming. If you like what you see, you can smash the like, share, subscribe. Always helps build the channels. Also, we also appear on, or I appear, I say me and my cats. You can get these videos on YouTube and Rumble, in case YouTube decides to be stupid, which of course they are to lots of people. So rumble.com, and it's just the same as YouTube. Lots more people. I think we're up to 30 million visits a month now on Rumble. So everybody be good. If you can't be good at being bad. Be cool, be safe, and stand up for your rights, people. They're being broken every day, everywhere else, but this is one we can put a stop to. Okay? Sayonara. See you later. Peace. Live long and prosper. That's my new thing for everything. We're not supposed to shake hands. So I'm doing this one. Fuck that.